Because God's word, his presence, always has a way of opening and revealing. You can't come into the presence of God and hide. It's something about his presence that will make you expose yourself. I got a friend that comes to church and he's wrestling real crazy. But every time he walks in here, tears start streaming down his eyes. Big grown man, I'm hard, can't nobody touch me. But there's something about the presence of God that will expose you. I wonder if I got some folk in here that'll be real enough to say that every time I get in his presence, the stuff that's in me starts trying to work its way up out of me. That's why I'm glad when he shows up in my life. That's why I'm glad when his presence falls, because there's some stuff that Prozac can fix. There's some stuff that Xanax cannot address. There's some stuff now that calcium channel blockers can't fix. There's some stuff that high blood pressure medicine can't fix. There's some stuff in my spirit that only the glory of the Most High God can fix. I dare you to grab somebody and tell them you got something in you, but God's about to bring it out of you. You must understand now the power of the presence of God, because in his presence there is the fullness of joy, and at his right hand there are pleasures forevermore. You must note now that it is the fullness of joy, which means the joy that comes from the presence of the Lord is never incomplete. Every other joy comes up incomplete. As a matter of fact, it will always leave you in bondage so that you cannot walk in the fullness that God has for you. But when the presence of the Lord shows up, he comes with the fullness of joy. I don't need no half dose, but I need everything that God has for me. I dare you to grab somebody and tell them, I came for the fullness today. I came to get filled. I came to walk out of here full. I came to be made whole. When I drank the Jack Daniels, it was just a temporary joy. When I slept with her, it was just temporary. When he held my hands, it was just temporary. When I cashed the check, got the new car, walked in the new house, that was just temporary. But I want the presence of the Lord to show up for the full. Feel somebody, give somebody a high five and tell them, I came for the fullness of joy. It is the fullness now. But what we must understand, if it is the fullness of joy, that light and dark cannot cohabitate together. So if there's anything that's in me, I can't be full of God's joy and full of some other stuff. So there's some things in me that he's got to get out of me so that I can have nothing but a room for his joy in the morning, joy in the noonday, joy in the evening, joy in the midnight hour. I wonder if there's anybody that's ready for the joy of the Lord. It is his joy now that puts us in position where those spirits that do not have joy in them cannot cohabitate in us. Right along in here we see a demoniac who could not experience joy. The reason he could not experience it was because he was full of so much other stuff. The reason some of us can't experience the fullness of joy that comes with the presence of the Lord is because we are full of stuff that happened to us 25 years ago, and now it is corroding and decaying your mind. You've checked out emotionally because your mind is dead. Your legs are walking, but your mind is dead. What is it that has caused you to decay? What is it that has taken the place of the joy? I'm Pastor Eric Freeman, and I approve this message.